Hello, welcome to Talking Politics with Peter Beimers. I am Peter Beimers. If you like this sort of thing, like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications, and feel free to share as well. Well, we're on to part two of the abortion issue, an issue I thought was going to be much more prevalent in the provincial election. It had its 15 minutes of fame, I think, in the federal election, but didn't really go anywhere because all the parties were of the same mindset. The New Blue Party of Ontario is the only provincial party that wants limitations, if not outright banishment of abortion. We are the only pro-life party in the province of Ontario, and we will continue fighting for pro-life issues. I read something interesting this week, and I think it bears merit. If you support abortion, you should also support fathers who leave their baby mamas and the babies. Both are doing what they believe is best for themselves, for their future, what makes them feel good, what they both feel is right for their own situation. Neither want to be saddled with a baby. Neither want the responsibility of being a mother or a father. So if you support one, you should support the other. Now, right now, some of you are probably saying, well, that's different. And you'd technically be correct, and I would agree with you. They are different. One's murder, one's abandonment. Both are wrong. Some of you might be saying, well, what about rape? What about incest? And let's just start off by saying both are awful, terrible, grotesque. And I'm not sure what the penalty is for either of these crimes, but I will say it's not enough. It needs to be more. In my opinion, there should be no such thing as a repeat offender for either of these crimes. Also, these babies, or the born, or the amount of pregnancies really, and abortions that are performed due to rape or incest account for approximately 2% of the abortions performed each year in Canada and the United States. Depending on which website you look at, the pro-life websites will say it's about 1.8%, and the pro-choice websites, Planned Parenthood, would say it's about 1.6 to 2.2%. Well, let's just make it an even number and say 2%, because that's an easier number to deal with. 2% of abortions, even if, to play the devil's advocate, if we were to allow just rape and incest to be allowable, that would you agree then we need to talk about the 98% that are performed for other reasons? And I would suggest all of those other reasons, the 98%, are selfish. But like the father's abandoning the child and the mother, the real question is, what about the child? Why should an innocent child get the death penalty for the crime of the one who fathered them? If there is to be a death penalty given out in this scenario, it should not be handed out to the baby. And I think you know, and I may even agree on who the death penalty should be handed out to in this scenario. In either of those scenarios, rape or incest. Now, I'm not for abortion in rape or incest. They're both still babies, is the result. But if you're not willing to talk about the 98%, then I'm not ready to talk about the 2%. I'm of the opinion that rather than paying for death, the legal murder of babies in abortion, this money should instead be invested into life. More resources, financial supports for adoption, unlimited counseling to women who are traumatized by their predators. And let's protect these women from ever being harmed again by these same males with longer and stricter, or maybe even different consequences for their crimes. Let's be a province that supports life rather than death. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded, and feel free to share as well. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Beimers, and we'll see you next time.